What's up, ladies and gents? I am back again. This is Bold. I'm checking out Aion this time. I figured I'd do a quick little, I guess it's a three-part series, leveling 1 to 10, working on the Ascension quest here. So, what I'm planning on doing is running through what I refer to as the noob area. Basically, I'm going to hammer out a bunch of quests and more or less show everyone, what to do, where to go, things of the sort, and kind of explain whatever I know along the way. For example, early on, killing mobs nets you a ton of experience. You just have to have the patience for it because you only have like 1 or 2 abilities. The flowers on the ground, the Aria, I believe it is, for the Elyos. You need 10 of them before you meet the first little quest hub area. So that's the reason you'll see me gathering a few here. Now there's 2 factions in this game. There's the Elyos and the Asmodean. And there's also the Balur, which is the non-playable class, or race, rather. Big bad demon guys. Rawr. This game takes on kind of like the angel aspect. Everyone will eventually get wings, starting from 10 on. You can fly in certain parts of the world. There is PvP, which is fantastic. The only problem being, late game, there's tons of abilities to spam. I mean, every single ability hotbar you see on my screen now will be lit up and more. So, one cool thing they do have in this game is similar to like Recruit Chest or something of the sort that most free MMOs have, is they have a survey, which it's basically just something where you click and say, hey, give me free loot. This will happen like once every level until you're 10, and then it's once every other, usually. It'll give you free gear upgrades and things of the sort, but it's only for the first character on that server / account. So, I definitely think I probably made the funniest choice of picking a short character, just on the basis that doing a fast forward like this, you're gonna see him run real funny. So, if I randomly laugh, that's why. So, I apologize in advance. Every time you hit a new quest node, you want to pick up all your main quests. Actually, every quest possible, pretty much. You'll notice that any available quest will have a arrow marker above the head. Turn-ins are usually a circle of sorts. And all of them will be marked on the map. If you're eligible to pick them up, they'll be marked. You could be across the world, well, across the zone, rather, and they'll still be marked on your map if they're eligible. So, your first thing is to come out here and kill some, well, you gotta talk to her. I kinda screw up for a second. Try and skip the scene, there you go. I gotta kill some of the birds for meat. You'll see me head over towards the dock afterwards because you gotta kill Braxy and Slinks. Should be 5 of each, I believe. I'm gonna actually, this is where I'm heading back to the bulwark because usually I pick this up late. So we'll go ahead and get that now. Now you gotta be, I'm trying to be as effective as I can, but it really depends. Because you could be just a few mobs off a level. Well, you might not have the patience to sit around and actually get that level before go back to the quest hub and get all the other stuff done. Alright, here's where we're gonna kill Braxy and Slinks. There you go. I'll come back real quick. Now you'll notice my health is actually going down quite a bit. That's because most mobs in this game, even level or even 1 or 2 under, will actually hurt you. There is a challenge aspect to the game, and that is fantastic. It's not some easy pushover. Wow. Anyway. Gonna go ahead here. One thing about the weapons in this game. There are different strike patterns for weapons. For example, swords are a fast weapon with like a medium crit rate. They strike twice in a swing. Whereas a one-hand mace, for example, will be a 3-strike weapon that strikes slightly slower, and it has less crit. So, I'll be moving to the mace. Alright. Now we're going to kill these guys here. While we get the small horn kills, we're going to be looting barrels as well. Go ahead and get those knocked out. We'll have to come back here to kill the Bigfoots. But like I said, we're just knocking out what we can while we can. Trying to be effective. There's a name mob here. He gave me some name potion that restores health and mana. It's garbage to me. Keep in mind whenever you're looting these barrels, these little guys will actually aggro you. So, if you're low on health, I would recommend healing first. As far as quests are concerned, any of the light blue quests are all considered optional, side quests. All gold are main campaign quests. Unlike most MMOs who have a hard time translating, Aion, I would say, has a very strong storyline. And if you keep up with your campaign quests, you'll really start to see that. So I think that is definitely something I like about this game so far. Look at those legs go. Alright, so here's where we gotta do a little bit of backtrack here. Going back for the Bigfoots, I believe. Hey, yo! Now, mobs will start aggroing from this point on. Bigfoots are probably about the first thing I believe, or that I know of that actually aggro. And aggro's kind of funny in this game. There's times where you can run really close to a mob that aggros and he won't. Other times that he just will right away, so I haven't quite figured it out yet. There might be a determination of like sight, sound, some of the sort, as opposed to just a flat-out radius deal. I'll have to ask around and figure that out. As for skills, you're going to get your skills at level 5, 7, and 9. I'd probably recommend the first time you come to this little quest hub here, picking up all the skill books up to level 7, because 1 to 7 goes pretty quick for the most part. You could also talk to a little squirrel-looking dude and expand your bag, which will give you an extra row of inventory for, I don't know, it's around like 900. It's absolutely dirt. As far as money's concerned in this game, I would say about 1,000. Always going and talking in reference of WoW, for example, because everybody knows it, so I would say 1,000 Kina in this game is probably the equivalent of about 1 silver in WoW. So you're going to see a lot of money. It's going to make you feel good about yourself until you go to buy something. You'll notice people are selling things for millions, and then kind of makes you step back a second. Pretty early on in this game, they kind of let you know with a couple of these quests, not everything's going to drop off every mob when you need it for a quest. It's going to have, a little bit of a fight to get the right item to drop, and you got to put a little time in. Honestly, I think the most grindy part about this game so far is level 1 to 10, because anything past there, I've had a blast with. I actually can't stop playing it from my off time. Now, all that might change when Guild Wars 2 comes out, but, actually it will change. Anyway, for now, this is a really good game to hold over. So if you're looking for that game to kill time and actually have a little fun, Aion. And Aion goes free to play. Forgot to even mention that. Being that it's going free to play, what I'm working with right now is a trial account, and that'll convert to a full when it's free at on the 11th of April.
Be careful, our kind is in trouble.
Which means I'll get full access to all the stuff. The only limit that I really have right now is I can't talk in world channels, and I can't go past level 40. But after you hit about 20 in this game, things start to slow down. It turns more MMO feel. A note about these little goats here. There is a random quest drop you can get off of them. It's a book that you actually turn into the guy at the little huddle there. Talk to the tree at. Basically it says go steal this pixie's clothes at a waterfall while she's in it, and then bring them back to him. It's actually kind of funny. But if you don't have the patience to sit around and wait for it to drop, then just move on with your quest. It's not anything big to skip, but there it is. It's a free quest. You can't argue with it. And usually it'll drop within those first, few goats that you actually need to kill. These pigs here, they're easy. You just knock them out on your way over to get the clothes. A lot of the things, or a lot of these quests kind of like, they have a pretty decent flow because you have to go through the areas to get to, certain points. So if you just kind of map out where you're going, pick the right quests, just kind of pick the furthest one and do everything on the way there. Alright, stole the clothes, gonna finish the pigs now. You see right now I'm skipping flowers, but for the most part, everyone gets to gather in this game. You just have it inherently, you just have to skill it up. It's actually really important to the storyline because most of your quests require gatherings of sorts, and you usually have to keep on top of it like crazy. So, gather absolutely everything you see, and you might have a high enough skill to keep up with it as far as quests. That's how crazy it gets. Alright, turn in here. Heading back to town, turn in a few quests. There's a little bit of back and forth that goes on in this 1 to 10 area, but it's tolerable because after you get out here and everything, it kind of mellows out and gets more of a flow to it. As you can see, there's a couple more quests I can pick up just on the basis that, I leveled. But this is going to be the end of the first part. I have 2 more parts coming. If you like the video, comment, subscribe. Recommendations, I'll take them. But until next time, guys, this is Bulg out. Take it easy.
Come back anytime.